Hello, potato. Today I continue my quest to try the different types of Lay's potato chips available around the world, which honestly mostly means the US and various specific parts of Asia. And today we have another one of those black and gold labeled ones, not one of the bagged ones, which I think were from Japan, but one of the tube ones from China. And it is this one here, and these are spicy crayfish flavor. I have again taken off the North American nutrition label because it uglies up the can. I think it's a very nice looking can, and this does nothing to help it. We can look at it though to get some idea of what we have here. We have 4 servings per can. Now these are, I'm going to assume, well, judging from the picture as well, going to be like the seaweed ones that were also in this presentation. And I was a little disappointed in those ones, not because they were bad or anything, but because I really kind of wanted them to have a much stronger seaweed flavor than they did. And I wonder if these are going to have a more slight flavor like those, or if these will be a stronger flavor thing. I think just my North American palate is used to much more strongly flavored items than, say, you find in other parts of the world. Probably because we put more salt and sugar and corn syrup and corn syrup and corn syrup in everything we make. So yeah, 150 calories per serving, 4 servings per can, 10% of your daily sodium, so it is definitely not going to be lacking in salt. Gram of protein, potato flour, palm oil. So yeah, these are like the Pringle style ones. They're not potato chips, they're potato crisps, or I think in some parts of the world, potato snacks, because of course crisp means what we call chip, and it's all a thing. Spicy crayfish flavor seasonings. There's any actual crayfish, MSG of course. There's actually crayfish in here, so that's interesting. I feel like a North American version wouldn't have crayfish actually in it. Contains wheat, soy, milk, crayfish. So yeah, if you are and phenylketonuria. I don't know what that is, but I suppose if you're allergic to it, don't eat these. And they are best by December 14th of this year. So yeah, they are described here as Lay's chili potato chip spicy crayfish flavor. Let's look at the can here. Of course, nothing in English, except, yeah, even the word Lay's isn't in English. And now I feel like you'd be forgiven looking at this can of thinking, oh, expecting there to be crayfish in this, because there are definitely no pictures of crayfish on there. I guess they figured like swamp bugs didn't look appetizing, just pictures of chili. So I kind of thought when I picked it up it was just gonna be like a chili flavored one. It wasn't until I actually read the label that I saw, oh, it's crayfish. Well, that's not a bad thing. All right, let's try it. So yeah, they are sealed for our protection. Did the seaweed ones have a little plastic tray? I think so, yeah. Okay, they do have I guess it takes up more space. I mean, realistically, it also keeps your crisps from getting quite so badly bashed up. And it means you can kind of do this, which is sort of, I feel, aesthetically pleasing. So they are a little, I think, thicker than a Pringle. I think I said that in the last time too. They have almost a consistency, looking at it, feeling it, like seeing it. It visually reminds me of Tato skins. I think Keebler, back in the 80s, Keebler made crisps as well as biscuits and cookies, and which are also, I guess, biscuits, like savory biscuits and sweet biscuits. But Keebler made like chips back then too, and they made one called Tato skins. And later on, I think as recent as 10 years ago, they were selling a very similar item under like the TGI Fridays branding. Yeah, but this, like visually, this reminds me texture-wise of those old Tato skins. Tato skins from Keebler, baked potato appeal. All right, let's give them a sniff. Smells seafoody. Makes me think of like an instant seafood ramen. Not a bad scent. Not really getting like a spicy scent off of it, but I'm getting what I assume is the crayfish. I'm getting like a fishy scent off it. Let's give them a try. I'm getting the sense of like shellfish shell more than shellfish meat, if that makes sense. I was going to say there's like no heat at all, but it's just starting to come up on my tongue now. I feel like if you ate a whole serving of these, it might get decently warm. But right now there's just enough heat there to let you know that there is spice to this, but it's definitely not a spicy, like habanero, ghost pepper, Carolina Reaper sort of a deal here. It's It's more of a subtle spice. The flavor itself is not overpowering, but I think I somehow like it better than the seaweed ones. Even the seaweed's a flavor I think I would normally like more. They remind me a little bit of like shrimp crisps as well. Just a little bit, not exactly the same flavor. Like, not as salty. Not as salty as I was expecting for 10% of your daily sodium. Yep, heat's nicely coming up again there. It does seem to recede pretty quickly. But it comes up, it says hello. It, has a cup of tea with you, and then it goes away. And I think I do kind of like these better than the seaweed, not necessarily because I think they're a better flavor, but because I had such specific expectations for the seaweed ones, and I had no real expectation of what we were getting into here. I will say I think it's a little more strongly flavored than the seaweed ones. And again, it could just be partially down to my having a very specific expectation for how strong flavor the seaweed crisps are going to be. But I feel like these are a little bit more strongly flavored, of a kind of a seafoody. I'm not really getting much of a flavor of the chilies, but I'm getting heat from the chilies, which is ultimately what I want from chilies anyways. But yeah, they're not bad. I think I do like them better than the seaweed. Now, would I go out and buy these on the regular? Probably not. I don't think they're all that good. And I think these were like $4 or $5 for this little can. And frankly, I balk at paying that much for a full-size bag of American chips. I'm a little more hesitant to do that for something like this. If I'm going to buy a $5 package of imported snacks, they're going to be snacks that I really like. And I don't dislike these, but I wouldn't say I really like them. I mean, I'll finish this can at some point, but that probably will be the end of these. But there's not too much else to say about these. They have a nice texture. They definitely do feel like thicker in the mouth than a Pringle. They feel like they have a little bit more resistance when you bite into them. You can see they're pretty. I mean, I don't have a Pringle here to put side by side with it, but these are relatively thicker. They're not as thick as like a Tato skin, but they are thicker, I think, than a Pringle. Good, strong, solid flavor. Not like smack you in the face strong, but like it's there. It's not. You're not searching for flavor, but it's not like some like flavor caked thing like you might see released for the US. I'm assuming other places as well, just my frame of reference is the US. And enough heat to let you know there is heat, but not heat that I would personally I wouldn't call these spicy. I mean, they're spicy like spicier nacho Doritos are spicy, which say there's a little heat there. But I mean, this isn't going to be chasing anybody off based solely on the heat level. But yeah, pretty good. Not a thing I would buy on the regular. Not necessarily even a thing I would ever buy again. But no regrets in buying this one. And at the end of all that, I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead and give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. I do thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna have one more chip though.